To introduce our next inductee, I'm going to ask Ms. Laura Legman, Associate Athletic Director at the college, if she would come forward. Laura was the 92 and 94 Coach of the Year in the Trans-America Conference in women's volleyball.
I've been waiting for this. It's a great honor to stand here today to induct Sherry Dunbar-Kruzan into the 2018 Hall of Fame class. Sherry was hired by the college in early 2003. We, President Hingden, Jerry Baker, and myself, believed we had made a good hire, an assistant coach from an SEC school. And we felt fortunate that we had received her commitment just prior to her being courted and interviewed by another institution. We felt lucky, but we knew that not all assistant coaches can successfully transition and become great head coaches. Could she? Had we hit the jackpot? Sherry definitely made an arrival on her first day. It was February 2003, and I'm not sure if MapQuest was invented by then, but if you know Sherry, you know she is directionally challenged. She was close to downtown and needed help finding campus, something she would need several more times throughout her time at the college. Anyway, she was driving with her mom, and I was going to meet them on King Street and direct them into a parking spot. I made my way to King Street and was afraid I would not be able to identify their car. As I recall, it was a bright, sunny day in Charleston, but they had driven down from the mountains of Knoxville. All of a sudden, I see this car inching down King Street, so dirty and filthy, covered in dried slush, snow, and salt. Could they even see out of their windows? Yes, Sherry had arrived in Charleston. What Sherry accomplished in her 4 years at the college was amazing. She compiled an overall record of 113 and 22, and a SoCon conference record of 67 and 3. Being a math nerd, that calculates to a 95.7 winning percentage. Who does that? That's amazing. In 2005, she went undefeated in the conference, earning a perfect 18-0 mark. In addition, she was named SoCon Coach of the Year in 2003 and 2005, and her team earned 40 all-conference or all-tournament honors during her 4 years at the college. Sherry's teams, many of you who are here, played in 4 consecutive Southern Conference tournament finals, winning the last 3 and earning trips to the NCAAs. As a typical coach, Sherry can still vividly recall the first conference tournament match she lost to Georgia Southern in 5. The other 3 years, her team won the tournament and traveled to USC in California, Chapel Hill, and Florida to compete in the NCAAs. In 2005, the college upset host UNC Chapel Hill in a first-round match, 3-1. Sorry, Matt. Now I'll let you in on some of Sherry's secrets. We all know that Sherry can coach, and that she's an extremely hard worker, and that she demanded a lot from her players and coaches. She pushed her players and staff hard and expected excellence. Perhaps that is how her nickname, Scary Sherry, was born. No need to explain this scary, evil look to her players. They knew when it appeared not to mess with her. To make matters worse, in the lobby of the old Johnson Center, there was a life-size 4-by-8-foot photo of Scary Sherry on the lobby wall. Sherry, I did get the question of all the photos up there. Yeah, you were smiling, and everybody was, they were shocked. Yes, yes. They wanted to know where the true scary Sherry photos were. Sherry also cared about her players' academic performance and expected they excel in the classroom and graduate. Back then, the coaches often had to assist in monitoring their own student-athletes' academic progress. At that time, our offices were relocated to King Street while the arena was being built, and that was the old Bank of America building that had a real vault in it. Both Sherry and my offices were moved there. I can remember one of her players grudgingly attending study hall daily in the vault. We got to be buddies. This was a student athlete who at this time in her life needed a little more support and direction than others. Sherry provided this positive yet forceful tough love, and this student athlete graduated to very appreciative parents. When asked the one thing the players remembered most about their time with Sherry, it was how wonderful she was about, quote, helping us set goals and achieve them on and off the court. She was great about helping us celebrate them too. We all remember the time we earned the stay at the beach house on Folly. We would celebrate the smallest goals with us, but also help us figure out a way to accomplish the ones that seemed overwhelming. As a coach, you cannot receive a better compliment than for your players and assistants to respect you. This is evident today as several of Sherry's former players and Sarah, a former assistant, have come from in and out of state to recognize, support, and honor her. Sherry is not only a fantastic coach, but a terrific person, colleague, and friend. I have worked in college athletics for 32 years and am amazed and proud of what she accomplished at the college and how well loved she is by her players and staff. Looking back, yes, we did hit the jackpot. It is my honor to ask Sherry to come forward to be inducted into the College of Charleston Hall of Fame.
A lot going on up here. I'm sorry, Lee. It's a lot of volleyball today. I'm really sorry about that. Well, first of all, there's only been 6 volleyball coaches at the College of Charleston, and 5 of them are here today, which I think is really an amazing thing. So, if the 5 of you, including me, I'm already standing, so you guys stand up and be recognized. I think that's really awesome. Thanks for the nice words, Laura. I know that was tough, wherever you are. I owe you Taco Boy. Some things never change. I still bribe her with Mexican food. Other things change a lot. The font on my speech is 32. And I drink a lot more mimosas now. So I am so excited to be back at the Charleston for the weekend. Just look at that group right here, all these volleyball players. I message them because I do Facebook now, because if I don't know who's married, where the kids are, what's going on. And I said, if even one of you can come back and celebrate our time together, that would mean the most to me. And all of a sudden, they're all flying in and driving in, and I thought it would be so great to come back and celebrate Mary. I didn't get to coach her, but I heard every story from Stephanie Ballard there was. I watched video of her, and I clearly know the impact that she made here. So to have everyone here to do all that is pretty amazing. So even though they still refer to me as Scary Sherry, honestly, my heart is overflowing that all of you came back today. I'm also blessed to have some of my family and friends here. They have impacted me greatly over 25 years of coaching, and I'm grateful they made the trip. Not sure if it was to celebrate me or to come back to Charleston. I'm going to pretend it was me. Marcus, I hear you back there. So I've been going through boxes in the basement. How many people love to go through boxes in the basement? My worst nightmare. I've decided that keeping scouting reports on the Citadel from 2003 is a little over the top. In one of the boxes, this is just the other day, no idea, I found this gem of a photo. I think either Marie or Stephanie gave this to me. Which one of you? No one's gonna say now. To me, it looks like we're having a lovely conversation during a timeout about how well they're playing. To them, it probably was something quite different. But just so you know, this did not end up in the Goodwill pile. It was you, wasn't it, Steph? It's nice to be in this beautiful arena today, too. It's just beginning to be built when I left for Indiana. I remember it well. Where's JB? I remember it well. The blueprints with my corner office, very large windows so I could get a suntan every day. You're welcome. I hope you wear sunscreen. As Laura said, at the time our offices were in the old bank building on King Street. We sat in the bank vault. Yes, the bank vault, complete with a major steel door, which I thought they were going to put me in sometimes, which was our conference room / study hall, not for any of you, I will say that. And we picked out carpet and paint colors. I was sad when I wasn't here to work in the end product, but so excited for the athletics department to have a state-of-the-art arena for the student athletes and for recruiting. A big congratulations to Mary and Lee today. I'm so happy to share this day with you guys. Thank you to the College of Charleston Athletics for this prestigious and humbling honor. Thank you to Jerry Baker for taking a chance on me with no head coaching experience. JB called the other day and informed me he was the MC today and that he had things on me and that I should toe the line. So I'm gratefully towing the line so it's not story time, because you don't want to know some of the stories that he knows. Thanks to Laura for all she did to help me and our program during my 4 years here and now 15 years of friendship. Laura was helpful in keeping me grounded while here. She was also my human GPS. As I seem to be directionally challenged, she is correct, and not just on campus, all over Charleston. She was a big picture person, so while we were fortunate to only lose 22 times in 4 years, I was utterly devastated by each and every loss, and she was less than sympathetic, telling me to move on. Speaking of devastating losses, she mentioned it, but my first year here, we went 28-6, winning the regular season conference championship and losing in the finals to, yes, to Georgia Southern. I remember it well. 5th set, 13-15 to go to the NCAA tournament. The only one we missed in 4 years. I remember sitting on the bench after the loss sobbing. Me sobbing. I'm sure those wonderful kids back there thought I'd lost my mind. I was young back then, and the players consoling me was a whole different thing. I had a long way to go as a head coach. Thank the good Lord we made the next 3 NCAA tournaments. I was beyond blessed to coach 4 teams of student athletes that had a passion for the sport that I hadn't witnessed before. Every point was meaningful to them. They looked like jumping beans. Watching them celebrate was as fun as watching them compete. What I really loved was that they didn't care if we were playing in front of 5 people or in the NCAA tournament. They truly loved this sport and played with passion. Now those kids are wives, moms, career women, and difference makers. Back then, Marie wore pajamas to class on a daily basis, cried often, and hygiene was less than a priority for all of them. All of them. They complained because I gave them pregame tests to make sure they knew everything there was to know about our opponents. I'm positive they were more nervous for those tests than the actual matches. One of our middles, Tiffany Blum, who sent me a present, by the way. I don't know if you guys brought me presents, but she sent me presents. She couldn't be here today because she's still playing in Croatia. But she hashtagged in our group text, "Scary Sherry, don't look over at the bench, and I don't miss pregame tests." I will admit I was a bit intense back in the day, but in my defense, these players wanted to be challenged because they wanted to be the best. 2005 was a special season, going 32-2. I remember sitting in the small lobby of the Johnson Center, which was the old arena, watching the selection show. Our first round opponent came up on the screen, and it was North Carolina, the champion of the ACC, playing at the iconic Dean Dome. Immediately, our players said, "We can beat them." They were so excited to play the Tar Heels, and rightfully so. We beat UNC in 4 to be the first SoCon volleyball team to win a match in the NCAA tournament. Building on the tradition already here and setting a standard of excellence for future years was always a priority for us. And at almost every home match and all conference tournaments and NCAA appearances, there sat or stood President Higdon. the finest president I've ever worked with. He knew all the players by name and their backgrounds, met with recruits, and showed the right way to merge athletics and academics on a campus. I am forever grateful for his leadership then and his friendship now. I'm so thrilled that he could come today and bring his beautiful wife, Anne. The very best part of coaching for the past 25 years is the relationships that I've built that continue way past graduation and job changes. I started coaching because I loved sports. I happened to be good at playing them and then fell into a coaching position because of a great person who's here today, Karen Thompson. Wave, Karen. I was blessed with having the best role models while growing up that showed me the difference someone can have in your life. Edward Hale said, "I am only one, but I am one. I cannot do everything, but I can do something, and I will not let what I cannot do interfere with what I can do." I certainly had my limitations as a coach, but I absolutely cared a great deal and hopefully brought out the best in our players. My goal has always been to show them they too could be difference makers in life. Coaching volleyball was my platform to make that difference. Along the way, I've realized my deficiencies and hired assistants that have way more skills than I could ever dream of and who have become lifelong friends. My assistant, Sarah Gustin Hamrick, is here today. Sarah spent 3 years here at the college in her first assistant coaching position, and now Sarah is a senior women's administrator and on the verge of getting her doctorate. I'm very proud of Sarah. She has certainly passed me up. To my family, thank you for your unwavering support. No matter what institution I decided to coach at, you wore the sweatshirts with pride. You followed on Twitter every school in the conference, watched all the bad interviews, and truth be told, Charleston was your favorite place to visit. To my husband, who was not my husband at the time, thank you for always allowing me to follow my dreams and supporting my crazy lifestyle. Maya Angelou is quoted saying, "People will forget what you said, people will forget what you did, but people will never forget how you made them feel." You all have made me feel very loved and humbled to have coached here. The college is a special place with a lot of special people, and I'm grateful for this wonderful honor. Thank you.